Right now, there is a massive hallucination happening in the global economy. If you look at a computer screen on Wall Street today, the price of a barrel of oil might say $97. But if you are a factory manager in Asia trying to actually get that physical barrel of oil delivered to your door, you are paying over $130. Why? Because the financial markets are trading paper, but the real world is trading physical reality. And right now, in April 2026, physical reality is breaking down. Three of the most vital economic arteries on the planet have been simultaneously paralyzed. Over 2,000 massive cargo ships are currently stranded or being forced into the longest, most expensive detours in modern maritime history. This isn't just about delayed Amazon packages or expensive gas. This is the collapse of the single greatest economic experiment in human history. Welcome to Margin and Myth. Today, we are looking at the 2026 global shipping crisis. Because to understand why everything you buy is about to get permanently more expensive, you have to understand the fatal flaw of the modern world. To understand the panic happening today, we have to go back to the 1980s. A group of brilliant executives at Toyota pioneered a concept called just-in-time manufacturing. For the last 40 years, it has been the holy grail taught in every business school on Earth. The idea was simple: warehouses are expensive. Storing extra parts is a waste of money, so what if you just didn't? What if the microchips you need to build a car in Germany are manufactured in Taiwan on Tuesday, loaded onto a ship on Wednesday, and arrive at your factory exactly 1 hour before you need to install them? The global economy became hyper-efficient. We turned massive, multi-million-dollar cargo ships into floating warehouses. But this entire system relied on one massive, unspoken assumption: global peace. It assumed the oceans would always be safe and that the world's most critical choke points would always stay open. In 2026, that assumption violently collided with reality. Look at a map of the Middle East. There are two tiny stretches of water that act as the bottleneck for almost the entire global economy. First, the Strait of Hormuz. It is only 21 miles wide. Roughly 20% of all the oil consumed in the world passes through here. Following the military escalations this spring, vessel traffic through this strait has collapsed by over 90%. It is essentially a no-go zone. Second, the Red Sea and the Suez Canal. Usually, a massive cargo ship leaving a factory in Shanghai will sail through the Red Sea to get to Europe. It is a straight, efficient shot. But because of escalating drone attacks and geopolitical chaos, the world's largest shipping conglomerates, companies like Maersk and Hapag-Lloyd, have pulled the plug. They abandoned the route entirely. The result: these floating warehouses are now being forced to sail all the way around the continent of Africa, the Cape of Good Hope. This single detour adds 10 to 15 days to every voyage. It burns millions of dollars in extra fuel. It requires massive spikes in maritime insurance. Remember the just-in-time model. It is completely dead. If a factory in Germany expects its microchips to arrive on Tuesday, but the ship is currently 4,000 miles away off the coast of South Africa, the factory shuts down. The workers go home, the cars don't get built. So, who pays for all of this? You do. When shipping routes double in length, there are suddenly half as many ships available to move the same amount of cargo. The cost of renting a shipping container skyrockets, the cost of ensuring that cargo triples. And every single one of those extra dollars is quietly passed down into the price of your iPhone, your car, your groceries, and your electricity bill. Which brings us back to the Wall Street trader looking at his computer screen. The algorithms trading paper contracts are slowly realizing that a digital contract doesn't matter if the physical ship carrying the oil is stuck in a geopolitical standoff 5,000 miles away. So, what is the myth, and what is the margin? The myth was the belief that the world had permanently conquered geography. The corporate illusion that you could build a supply chain entirely optimized for cheapness without ever paying for security. The margin is the brutal reality check of 2026. Efficiency is dead. We are now entering the era of resilience. Companies are realizing that the cheapest route is actually the most dangerous one. And building factories closer to home, friendshoring, is the only way to survive, even if it means the era of cheap goods is over forever. Welcome to the new global economy. It is slower, it is dirtier, and it is vastly more expensive. Thanks for watching Margin and Myth. If you want to understand the true systems running the world, hit the subscribe button, and I will see you in the next documentary.